Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 6th grade concept of multiplying and dividing positive rational numbers. This is standard 6.3e in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 3 of the 2022 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So Emmeline earns $6.50 for each hour of work as a babysitter. How much will she earn if she works 5.5 hours? All right, so if we want to draw a strip diagram here, we've got our total we're missing, right? And so she's going to work 5.5 hours. So if I were to kind of draw that, I'll try to make it kind of look like this. So here's my 5 full hours, and then she's got a little bit of a 0.5 is a half an hour, right? So you get your 6.5, your 6.5, 6.5 in each of these, and then whatever half of 6.5 is, it's going to go in that little guy right there. So we could do repeated addition, but we still got to figure out what that half of a 6.5 is. Honestly, the simplest way is to go and set this up as a multiplication hour, as a multiplication problem, because if we're looking for each hour, that does kind of give me a hint that we are dealing with multiplication. So we're going to set it up like this: 6.5 times 5.5. You set it up exactly like a regular multiplication problem. Now, in this case, the decimals are lined up. You normally don't care. It could be 65 times 0.55. You'd still set it up the same way. You're basically ignoring the decimals when you multiply decimals until the very end. So, you know what? Just to make it a little bit simpler, watch this. We're just going to make it 65 times 55. Ignore the decimals for right now, because we know how to do this. That's basic 2 by 2 multiplication. 5 times 5 is 25. And 5 times 6 is 30. That's 32. And then we just got to do that same thing. So I could just copy it down, shift it over 325. If I add this up, I'm going to get 5, 7, 5, 3. Now this is where our decimals come back in. It wasn't 65 times 55. It was 6.5 times 5.5. How many digits are behind the decimal in the factors? I've got 1, I've got 2. So if you've got 2 digits behind the decimal in the factors, I need 2 digits behind the decimal in my product. That's how we multiply by decimals. We count how many digits are behind the decimal in the factors altogether, and make sure that many digits are behind the decimal in the product. So I've got 2. And if we wanted to estimate, right, 6.5, right, that kind of rounds up to 7. 5.5 kind of rounds up to 6, so 7 times 6 is 42. We know it's going to be larger. The estimate's going to be larger because I rounded up for both of them. So 42 is kind of near 35.75. Now, if we wanted to do it this other way right here, if we wanted to add these up, right, how could we do that? Well, we could do 6.5 5 times. If we really wanted to, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And that's going to be 32. And then I got to figure out what this half one is. Well, half of 6 is going to be 3. Half of 5 is going to be 25. So if I were to add 32.5 and 3.25, now I definitely do need to go ahead and line up the decimals here. So you see we're going to get 35.75. So it doesn't really matter if you want to do the repeated addition. If you want to go ahead and multiply, that works. My answer here is going to be B.